Hi, this is Kary York with InsuranceResourcing.com, and today we're talking about interviewing. This is part 5 of a 10-part series, and today's question is, what is your greatest failure? This is a tough one for most people because you have to admit a failure. And the secret to this is, number one, don't badmouth a coworker, don't badmouth the company, and number two, to take accountability and responsibility for whatever action that you did. And then number three, to show that you learned from the failure and that you use that experience to help guide you in future decisions. So let's take an example. The employer says to you, tell me about one of your greatest failures. And let's say that you are a person that was a team leader inside of an account management team, and you had an idea to change the workflow inside the office. And so this is how you might answer that. You'll say, well, in my role as a team leader, I thought that it would be a good idea if we restructured the workflow in our office. What we were doing is we had a one-to-one relationship with the account manager and the producer with an assistant, and they were in little 3-person pod teams. I thought it wasn't very efficient, and so I suggested that what we needed to do was make 3 larger pods so that we had a production team that handled certs and endorsements and day-to-day requirements from the client. We had a relationship team that was really at the high level, almost an AE level, that would go out with the producer, and then we had sort of a middle range team that would handle more of the day-to-day servicing. Unfortunately, it didn't go over very well with the team, and we had a few client problems as a result of it. I think in hindsight, I probably tried to implement it too quickly. I still think it's a very good idea. Unfortunately, where I fell short was I didn't get team buy-in. And because I didn't get team buy-in, some of the junior people in the office felt like they were getting more work dumped on them, and some of the senior people felt like they were losing some of the work that they had always done and some of the parts of the job that they really liked. So in hindsight, the next time I decide to make a major overhaul inside of a department, I'm going to make sure that I run the ideas by the key people that would be making the changes to make sure I have their buy-in first, and then have their support when I make the change. It's not a hard question to ask, what's your greatest failure? The trick is to make sure that you reiterate how that failure guides you today. This is Kary York with Insurance Resourcing. Make sure you tune in next week as we discuss the next question in our series, which is, why have you changed jobs?